Okay, everyone, welcome to our team meeting. Thank you for your patience to have me pull up what I have to pull up. So today is definitely a meeting had to be rescheduled for today. It's gonna be different from how we've been doing our team meetings because we just got the Hyperverse Recovery Plan. I think someone is unmuted. And which is HyperCosmos. And so we're going to spend some time just trying to break it down based on what I understand it to be. Definitely, I don't fully understand everything that is in it yet. And so, and many of the other leaders too are just trying to break it down. So I've been to at least 2 webinars and 2 other meetings with other leaders, including Sheila and Tammy's meetings, where they're trying to break it down and give us some better understanding for what HyperCosmos is all about in terms of the details. But what I can share with us is the things that we know for sure, and some decisions that you already know that you will have to make so that you can start getting the 1x that the company promised, 1x or more that the company promised. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on. I'm just going to focus on just the things that we know, bottom line, and then I'll open it up for questions so that you can ask the questions that you have, since all of you have watched gone to the webinar, watched the recording, which is good. And then we will help people do just the initial thing. And we're just really testing it out now, so that by the time we have all the details, we'll be ready to go. We'll do logging into HyperCosmos, transferring, converting your HUs to Hyperbond, and we'll do the transfer to HyperCosmos. And I don't know if we'll be able to make a purchase tonight. You can do a purchase. Anyone can do a purchase on the HyperCosmos, but I want to test it out first with like my mom's account and see how it works there first before I do that on anyone's account. So I haven't done that yet. All right. So let us begin. So bottom line is let me see if I can share my screen here. I'm just going to be looking at this PDF that I received. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I'm just going to go through some key points. The first thing is the Hyperverse Recovery Plan is HyperCosmos. I want to give some context to recovery plans. This is something that I'm understanding is this term recovery plan is not just unique to Hyperverse, but it seems to be common in the crypto space. Whenever a company has a project and something happens in the market that the project cannot continue, then there is a plan B. And normally the plan B is called the recovery plan to help the investors recoup what they can recoup and not completely lose all the funds that they invested. Not every project has a recovery plan. As we have seen, there's been several projects that have been big projects, from Luna to FTX and a number of other projects that have all not made it during this bear market. They have not had a recovery plan because everything has gone to zero almost overnight. So I want us to understand the context in which we are operating. And so we can then appreciate what Hyper is doing one, by the fact that they are still here and they have created something that will help us eventually to recoup what we had lost. Okay. Now, one thing that this is the HyperCosmos is not a system where you are able to go into Hyperverse and withdraw your funds right away. That is not what this is. That's what many people would have hoped it is, but it's not. Because from a business point of view, if the funds were just readily available, then they would have already given everybody by now, right? But it's a business. And so when the market is down and all the other problems that Hyperverse had, they have to figure out a way of recouping their losses and figure out a system that can be profitable for the investors and at the same time profitable for them so that they can stay in business. And this is just my own evaluation of how I see it, because I have to try to look at it from a business point of view. Okay, so I just want us to have that background as we're looking at what this plan is. Okay, so now they have said that this HyperCosmos is a research and development project where us, the pioneers, are going to be the ones that are first investors into this project. So the project is going to, I don't know the details of what exactly the kind of research that they would do, but it's going to be in the metaverse space. They're going to be doing some research. The idea here is that as many people in the community join and transition into HyperCosmos, is going to create the value over time that is needed for this project to not only do what it wants to do, which is research, but also be profitable enough to be able to distribute rewards to its pioneers, which is us. Okay, so bottom line is, what is it that the company wants us to do? How is this a recovery plan from where we have been in Hyperverse? That's a question most people want to know. So I'm going to go straight to that. I think it's really a lot at the end. Okay, we'll look at it from here. So the company is saying that for us to transition into HyperCosmos, we will have to convert our assets in Hyperverse to Hyperbond and then transfer it over to HyperCosmos and purchase a package in HyperCosmos. Is that package now in HyperCosmos that will have a 3x value, and we will be able to get what we we're supposed to get in Hyperverse. Not supposed to get, I wouldn't say you will get exactly all what we were supposed to get, but at least one time or more than one time, because in HyperCosmos, we're getting 3 times whatever package you decide to purchase. Now, the question is, what will you be using to purchase this? It's not going to be any new funds that you have to put in. There are 2 ways, actually. There are 2 ways. The first way is it's 100% Hyperbond, meaning that all of your HUs in Hyperverse converted to Hyperbond, you'll be able to use all of that, 100% of that, to purchase whatever amount package in HyperCosmos. The minimum package you can purchase is 100 USDT, $100 equivalent, right? So whatever package you purchase, that will be 3x. And what is not clear is how the rewards, as a passive person, how you accumulate the rewards, how the rewards are being released so that you can get that 3x withdrawn from the account. So that we will have to wait to get clarity on that. But if you have a team, they have given clarity of how those funds will be released. You will get rewards from your package and how that will be released to you. Okay, so I'll go into that. So the first good news is you don't have to bring in any new funds initially for the transfer to buy a package. All of us have HU, so we'll convert it into Hyperbond, and I'll show you how to do that. It's very easy. There's a system already in place to do that. If you are in HyperNation, you have already done that, because that's the same system we use to convert our HUs to Hyperbond, and we sent it to HyperNation. So you'll be you're ahead in that aspect. Okay. So then, or you can bring in fresh USDT, but it's not required. So there are two ways in which you buy a package. That's the first good news. The second good news is that whatever you purchase is 3x. Okay. The third good news is the rewards. The rewards will be in USDT. So it's not going to be in some other token that we don't know the value. The rewards are going to be in USDT, where we know that it's 1-to-1 and it's stable. Okay, so that's another good thing. What we don't know is, if you're passive, how those rewards will be given to you. Now, if you have a team and you have people under you, and how will you have people under you? It's just your Hyperverse team. So we know that right now, all of us have been waiting for this. Some people have tuned out. Some people on your team have tuned out, right? And this is the time to reach out to them, pick up the phone, call people on your team and let them know that the recovery plan is here. This is what it is. What decision are you making? And so people will just have to make a decision whether they're going into if they're accepting the recovery plan as Hyperverse has provided to us, or they're saying, you know what, I'm done. They're walking away. Okay, so those are the choices. Or they're saying, you know what, I don't want to be involved in the end of this. I will do some other different diversified project and move on in that way. Those are all choices, but at least we need to communicate with our team members so that they know that this is now available to them. Okay. So if any of your members that comes on board, let me see if I can get to. Okay, I think this is what I was looking for. So any of your members that come on board, all your directs, you get rewards 50% of what their membership package is. That's pretty high. And then all the other levels, you can see the percentage there. And so there's an example of that right here. All right, so for example, if you purchase the $500 package, you will be entitled to 3x rewards, which is $1,500. So let's say your downline came in, the first person got $100 package, you get 50% reward from that. So you have that $50. So that $50 is deducted from the $1,500 that you were supposed to get, and you get $1,450. You have another downline member that came in with $1,400. 50% of that is $700, and that is deducted from your $1,500 that you were receiving. So you're receiving $1,500. Your two receive $1,500, and as people in your team join you, that amount is being released. Is being released to you to withdraw. Okay, and then third person, fourth person, and that's how it goes on. When the third person comes at 2,000, obviously 50% is 1,000, you would have received that 1,500 and more. You have 250 above the 1,500 you were supposed to receive. That 250 will be frozen. It will not be given to you. Only the 1,500 you have available to take out. If you do want to continue to get more, then you will have to put, you say you will need to upgrade your account for at least 524 to unfreeze the reward. So you have to bring in 2 times the frozen amount. So pretty much the amount above the 1,500. You just have to bring 2 times of that amount, fresh money in to the system, and then you continue to earn in the same way. That is what I understand it to be right now. Now, for those who don't, for us from a passive side, I don't know what the answer is in terms of how they will get rewarded to get their that 3x back to them, but we'll find that out. Okay. And then another thing that we don't know is the withdrawal. We know that the withdrawal is in USDT, but we don't know exactly how and when you can do one. We know that once you buy a package, you start earning within 24 hours. That's what they said. And so I'm yet to buy a package to test it out and to see how it's working. But people are testing it out right now just to see how it's working so that we can have more information for everyone. Okay. All right. So I will end here in terms of explanation, because that's pretty much all that I know. And I will open it up for questions from everyone. Please, I ask, if you're asking a question, as usual, just turn on your camera and ask your question, and we can have some dialogue. I know that I don't have all the answers, so some of you might understand what I don't understand. So feel free, if a question is asked and you think you understand it and I don't, feel free to raise your hand, and I'll like to let you speak, because 2 heads are definitely better than 1. Okay. And if you have a question, just raise your hand and then you'll be in queue.
Yes, thank you for the explanation. I mean, we've been waiting for this period, and thank God it's here. So my issue is with those who do not have downlines. What happens with them?
So I don't, it's not that they cannot transfer. Everything that I said is available for everyone, meaning that whether or not you have a downline, you are able to convert your HUs to Hyperbond, transfer it to HyperCosmos, and buy a package. And that package will be 3x. What we don't know is how you get that reward to you to withdraw. So we all know that in Hyper, when the package is 3x, it's being released to us daily at the rate of 0.5%. So, but we don't know for sure if that is the same way that this will be released.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we don't know. But what we do know is everyone gets the 3x. Mm-hmm. It's just how it's going to be released we don't know for those who have no one under them. That makes
Okay.
sense?
Okay, so wait to hear from the company how it's gonna work out.
So good point. So what I will advise you to do is this, because the community leaders obviously will be talking to the company to get some clarity. The way you will know is this. One, there's leadership tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. Jump on leadership and hear what they're talking about this. On Monday, I'm sure during the weekend, there are going to be other meetings. And if there are some key meetings that we're going to get clarity, I will post it in the Flourishing Legacy group. So jump on those meetings. On Monday, for sure, we have our team meeting with Brenda Changa. So we obviously will get some kind of clarity there too, because Sheila Morris and Brenda Changa are our sales, well, they're sales leaders for Hyper Nation, not for HyperCosmos. But at the same time, I believe that they will probably have some more information, right? So just stay engaged to get that information, but that should not cripple you from doing nothing. I think at least what you can do is, one, to transfer some, not all of your assets, but some of it, so that you're practicing, and we'll practice here so that you see how it's done. It's pretty simple. At least you understand how to transfer that for yourself, so that when you're ready to transfer and buy your package, you know what to do. And before we go, I will share, there's a video that I created of how to transfer your assets, how to log in into HyperCosmos, convert your assets, transfer your assets into HyperCosmos, and so forth. It's a pretty short video, so hopefully that will be clear to help everyone out. So for now, we don't have the answer to that. We'll just wait to get more clarity on that.
Okay, thank you for that. I was still at a very basic stage when everything, I mean, this Hyper Nation and everything started coming up. So I don't even know how, I can't even remember how I'm supposed to transfer the, I don't know, is it the fonts or whatever from Hyperverse, or how to get it. I don't know. I still have a lot to, I need a lot of orientation.
No, Ms. Gilda, don't worry. This is all new to most people. The only people who have done it are those who are in Hyper Nation, because you know, those who are Hyper Nation have already done this part, because that's what we had to do to get some of our funds over there to buy our package. So it's new to most people, and I'm going to show everyone how to do it here. It's going to be simple. Do you remember how to log in into your Hyperverse account?
Yes, I know I have. I know. I think I can log in.
Okay.
I have my password. And, yeah.
So that's the most important thing right now. Know how to at least log into your Hyperverse account. And then from there, I'm going to show you all how to do that. Okay. And there's a video that also shows.
Maybe when I watch the video, we can then get to do that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay. Yes.
Hey, it's Gladys. Sorry, I came in late.
Where are you? Okay. Yeah. Do you mind putting on your camera, please? Yes, Ms. Gladys.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I came in late, so I don't know. Are you going to post what you guys talked about?
Yes,
it?
yes, I recorded it. Yes, I'll post this one because my first meeting, I didn't know much.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll post this one. But have you seen the other recordings of the meeting? Have you watched the webinar?
I'll do that tomorrow
Okay,
because you
okay.
posted and you said you wanted us to watch the
Those
three
three,
before.
correct. Yes. Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do all of tomorrow. I'm not working on Sunday, so I'll have time to watch them.
Okay, perfect. So let me just so that everyone here knows what we're talking about. If you go to the Flourishing Legacy group, there were 3 videos that I said everyone should watch. You can either, let's see, it's the very last, this videos you should watch if you cannot make the live meetings. So if you cannot make the live webinar, there's a link of the webinar there that you just register yourself, and you watch the live webinar. You're probably not going to understand most of the things that are being said, but the important thing is that at least it's giving you an idea. Plus what you have heard today, it will help the more times you listen to it. If you can't make it because of your schedule, this is the presentation right here. So just watch it. Then Pinakee, one of the community leaders, breaks it down in the way he understands, just like I did this evening. So he's pretty knowledgeable, and so you can watch his breakdown to better help you understand. Then the last one is just the video of how to convert your funds. Okay. All right. Miss Agnes.
Yes, Miss Julia.
Go ahead.
How are you?
I am doing very well, my dear. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Long time. I just want to thank you for all what you're doing. Yes, the other day when I heard about this, I was like, oh my God. I thought they was going to just tell us, go in and get your money out. Now they're giving us more and more things to do. I told Messi, I'm out of this. Then she was trying to calm me down. Like, okay. So since then, I've been attending a lot of meetings. I keep searching. When I see any meeting, I jump into it. I send it, I jump into it. So right now, I just have a question to ask about the conversion. Like at the background, I know we're supposed to convert our certified, right?
Actually, you should be converting everything because there's no use of it being in Hyperverse anymore. You're converting all of that into Hyperbond to either use in HyperCosmos or to use in HyperNation. So we are not using HUs, but we have uses for the Hyperbond in the different projects.
Oh, so that's why I didn't know what to go convert. Like, because I don't have I used my certificate already for the Hyper Nation. So right now I don't have enough certificate to use for HyperCosmos. So that's why I just wanted to find out to know which ones that I have to bank on and convert.
Yes, you can eventually you'll be able to just convert even your pending. I just don't want people to convert their pending yet.
Yeah.
Until we are 100% sure of how everything is working. So for right now, I just want people to test using different assets. And some of you have accounts for your kids, smaller accounts that you had created. Use those accounts first to test it, just to be sure that there is nothing that we're missing. It's better to be safe than sorry, because once you convert all these things, you can't reverse.
I can reverse, right?
Yes.
So,
but the bottom line is this: we're not going to be using any of our HUs anymore. But for Hyperbond, you are going to be using it. For HyperCosmos, and in HyperNation. So even if you are not in HyperNation right now, don't know if you might want to be in HyperNation, you know, so the converting of that Hyperbond will help you to make money. You know, those of us who are in HyperNation will be making money on our Hyperbond already. So all of those are just choices. But so just to answer your question for right now, I would say look at any other account that you have that you can convert their asset that has a smaller amount.
Okay.
Okay. Like for me, I'm going to use my mother's account. And
I think
convert
I
hers first.
I don't really have any small account to use, so I think I'll just wait
Just
for a while. Yes,
wait.
I'll wait.
I think that by next week we should know everything that we need to know, and then we will set up our help sessions like we normally do. Remember when we did the yellow boxes? Remember when we did the withdrawals? Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. I'll set up those help sessions. You guys will book those meetings and you come on and you get the help if you need it. But from the video, you will be able to really do it by yourself. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. All right. So let us so it's 9:15. So let's do a test run on how we actually convert and transfer. Okay. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer so that we use their account to show everyone how we can convert the assets? Okay, so I'm showing everyone how to convert your HUs to Hyperbond and transfer it to HyperCosmos. Okay. So the first thing that we're gonna do is go to conversion. When you've logged in the home page, you look at the conversion, which is right here. Okay. Click on that. And then these are the various assets. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and so that we can look at the various assets. So you have rewards. You have pending. In this particular, yes, this particular account, we have only rewards and pending. Okay. So because this account does not have a yellow box, well, actually it does. There is a yellow box, but the exchange rate is 1-to-1. Now, for yellow box holders, I don't know if they have activated their yellow box in HyperNation. The rate is actually 4-to-1, but I'm seeing here in this account is 1-to-1, which is great. So I'm going to leave the pending and I will do the conversion for the rewards itself, the release rewards. Okay, so all I'll do is click on the asset that I want to convert. So I want to convert 1,910 HUs. Okay, so I'll just click that. It tells me how much I will get in Hyperbond. So it's 1-to-1. I'll confirm. I'll read that. Your selected conversion account will be fully converted to Hyperbond to your financial account. Please confirm to proceed. When you confirm, it cannot be changed. So conversion complete. So I'll go back to the home page and then go to my financial. So I go to asset, go to financial, and I should see Hyperbond show up here. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. It would show up here after a few minutes. Okay. So we'll give it some time. Let me see if I can refresh. Okay, as you see, I refreshed. That's the Hyperbond here. That's the amount that we just converted. Okay. So pretty simple, very simple process. Nothing you need to be scared of. You just need to decide that you're converting it. That's all. Once you decide you convert it, it's simple. Then now that you've converted it, what do? You want to transfer it to HyperCosmos. Now, how do you get to HyperCosmos? It's also very simple. So you will go to your account. I think it is. Just remember, go to your account where you have the name of, you'll see your username there. Right here, where you have this gear, right here, just where your name is, you click on that gear. And that gear has settings. Switching version. You change it from professional to the Star Edition. That's it. Now you're in HyperCosmos. You can change the language. You can change it from dark to light. Subscription, anything you want to change there. Okay. Sign out dark. So to go to the main, so this is just a front. To go to the main one, I don't think you have to go back like I'm doing. I think. Yeah, if you go back, it signs you out, but you can log in again and it will take you directly to HyperCosmos this time around. Okay, I don't want to set any security right now. I'll decide later. And so this is the HyperCosmos, okay? All right. We have been here before. We have experienced new platforms, so we are all pros now in new platforms. So don't let any of this scare you. So now, how do we get the funds here? I will go back to Hyperverse and transfer it to HyperCosmos. I just wanted to show you how you get into HyperCosmos. If you go to the bottom menu, you will see that we don't have any HB. So deposit account, there's no HB, there's no USDT. We're going to transfer those assets here, okay? And you can log in directly into your HyperCosmos account by, there's the link. It's in the Flourishing Legacy group. There's a direct link. And you just use the same credentials like you use in that you use in your Hyperverse account. It works in HyperCosmos. So in home, once you're signed in, because this HyperCosmos and Hyperverse, you're just swapping back and forth. It's just a click away. They are connected. And so you can just move from HyperCosmos to Hyperverse just by a click. So in the main page now, you're going to your icon here at the top right, go to general settings. You see where they say edition. You're changing it back to professional. You're back. Almost seems like magic. Okay. All right. So we have the funds, the HB ready. So we want to transfer it out. So we're in assets, we're in financial, we have the HB. So what we do to transfer it to HyperCosmos is just an intertransfer. So you click intertransfer, it's already defaulted to Cosmic Edition HyperCosmos, and it will ask you how much you want to send. I want to send all of it. Okay. Confirm. Oh, now that would be the tricky part. What's my mom's? That's her. I wrote it down somewhere in my book. Okay, so we put the code in there and we went to account and the gear switch versions to the star edition. And it brings you to HyperCosmos. To figure out how to do it without it logging me out. Okay, so now when we go to here, you see the 1,910 is already there in USDT. That's another good thing, is that whatever we'll be getting will be in USDT. I think I said that, yeah. So that proves it. That's huge. That's huge. All right, so if I wanted to buy a package, why don't we just try it? Okay, so if I wanted to purchase a package, I've never done this before, so I'm trying this for the first time. We're gonna purchase a package here. I'm gonna purchase, acquire Cosmos package and start earning your mission now. I read everything. There is a lost civilization in the vast universe. In this field, a huge idle planet has been developed. And after purchasing the stars, precious resources can be mined one after another. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I'm gonna purchase now. Okay. Let's see. All right. These are the packages. I do have 1,009, so you could do a 500, a 1,000, or 2,000. I have 1,009, so I'm gonna just do a 1,000. So the 1,000 is gonna be 3,000. I wonder if let me just buy 500, just to be cautious, because I don't understand. Customizable. Okay, so it seems like you can put whatever you want here. The minimum is 100, but I don't think there's a maximum. You put whatever you want here. I'm just gonna put 500 just for now. I think you can buy other packages if you want. Additional pending rewards. That's what you get the 3 times. So purchase, payment method, HB. Okay, pay now. I don't know if it's the same transaction password. I'm gonna try it and see if it works. It works. Okay. So the same transaction password you use for Hyperverse, same one. So it gives me my 1,500 USDT there, my package. It's supposed to start yielding rewards in 24 hours. So tomorrow around this time, I'll watch it to see how it's doing. Okay, so feel free to do that in any of your assets and test it and see how it works. Okay. All right, that's really it. It's as simple as that.
Auntie Sheila, I have a question. Oh,
Yes, ma'am. Is this Miss Gladys?
yes.
All right. I think our time is way up, and so I just want to make sure that we don't go too much over. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Thank you all for coming. Just stay close to the chat to be aligned with the updates. Take ownership of the knowledge. At the minimum, watch those 3 videos that I talked about, and then test it out yourself. And it's in you doing it that you get the confidence. And then next week we'll start having help sessions. All you leaders with groups, reach out to me. I know some of my leaders. Those that are not here and engaged, I'll be calling the leaders to make sure that they are aware that this is happening, and we'll be working together just like we have done before in our group help sessions, so that we can get I want all our people in one place or another. Either you're in HyperCosmos getting your recovery money, or you're invested somewhere else in HyperNation or Diversify, or some other place outside, but you are making the money, because that's why we came here for. Because come January, I'm not coming back here. We're moving forward, right, Mercy? We're moving forward. Come January, we're not like dilly-dallying on this thing. No, we're moving on to continue making money, because there's lots of money to be made. Yes, we might have lost money here in Hyperverse, but there is more money to be made than what we lost. I promise you that, guys. We just now, at least with what we have now, maybe we can start recovering what we lost so that we can use it and start reinvesting again. Okay, so there's great hope. It's just your mindset in how you see it. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thank you for coming, and we'll work it out as a team, and we'll get through it. Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, Sheila.